Hey, this is Chris, keeping it real. Just going to do another quick, well, I don't know. I always say they're going to be quick, and then I talk for 20 minutes. But kind of like to piggyback on the idea of the last video, like how many 1,400 days until if the infection rate continues at 500 a day, which means it really is 5,000 a day. And let's just say that's assuming that figure holds until the pandemic is over. We've got 1,400 days of this before without a vaccine. Now, of course, talk about the possibility of having a vaccine early next year. So probably won't be 1,400 days, but still, 270 days is still quite a long time to be locked down. Because if the numbers start going up, they're going to reimpose lockdown, and so we're not. Anyway, the point that I wanted to bring up, in addition to that, is that I hope. Well, this is all supposition. What I really hope is that we find out is that this disease is incredibly easy to get, and that would make it a much more benign disease. I understand people are dying and people are really getting sick, but if it turns out that the death rate is, let's say, 0.25% rather than a percent, which is about, it seems to be what it's running right now. That would be, because we're not testing everybody, so we don't really know how many people actually have. We're just kind of guessing. 10 times as many as confirmed cases that we have. So that's what I really hope. I hope it's incredibly easy to get, and it's spread a lot further and a lot faster than everybody thinks. Or the converse of that, or the inverse of that, or whatever word I'm looking for there. It's really rather difficult to get, which is really why there's not many confirmed cases. And the confirmed cases are unfortunately a much higher percentage, and so the death rate would be a much higher percentage of the total cases. But if it's that much harder to get, then that infers a greater degree of safety when you're just out and about. I mean, it's so much, if it's relatively hard to get, I mean, if you have to really get some direct contact with some droplets, or you have to put your hand somewhere where somebody just sneezed all over it or something, you know what I'm saying, then that's not terrible, but in terms of human life, it's a lot worse. Right? So, but either way, and I think it has to be one or the other. I don't think it can be both. I don't think it's some middle of the road thing that's somewhat easy to get and not that devastating. I really do believe that they're roofing that house. Nice. It needs it badly. You wouldn't catch me up there. This is one of my videos last summer. I see things on driving home. So yeah, that's my hope. I hope it's really easy to get. I hope it's spread a lot faster, a lot further than we think. And therefore, that will cut down the amount of time that we will have to deal with these restrictions. And it'll be soon that we can just all get back to something a little more like a normal life instead of what we're having to go through right now. So, but even if it is much harder to get, well, if it's much harder to get, then it's much easier to keep from getting it. And so either way, there's an upside to either way. The downside to the hard way to get it is, of course, the death rate is much, much higher than we thought, or that we're thinking, or that we're supposing. And we just won't know until they get some tests, which I guess, there's 2 major drug companies now that are getting ready to ramp up, and they've got FDA approval, and they should be out there like 99-point-something% accurate. And so, of course, that's you have to have a good test. If you don't have a good test, it doesn't matter how many tests you got. You have to have something that's worth getting. So I'm afraid either way, we're not going to find out for several months at least. But I just hope, I hope we can get to that point sooner than later. And in the meantime, I hope we can keep on, getting things back to normal. I got gotta do is be careful out there, you know. I know I said I wouldn't wear a mask on a video or two ago. I probably would. It would depend. I'm not going to wear one to the grocery store. I just went to the grocery store and always got one on. They've got the sneeze guard things up in front of the cashiers. I mean, I'm not within, you know. My personal belief is, if I had to pick one or the other, what I really truly believe without a shred of evidence one way or the other, I think it's much harder to get it than people let on, or that people let on, that people think it is. I think it's much more difficult. I don't think it's easy at all to get. I think you have to really be exposed to it, which is why I think, you know, nursing homes and assisted living centers and jails and, you know, any other function that requires a gathering of large people for a large number of people for extended periods of time. That's why they're so hard hit, because you're constantly in hospitals. You know, you're constantly bombarded with it, and finally you just get it. You know, I mean, you can't. You know, it's everywhere, so you can't get away from it. It's not like, you know, being in a grocery store for 15 minutes, which is how long I was in one this morning to get some pizza. Big Mike's, I like them. $5. Well, they're on special. I think they're usually $7, but that's what we're going to have for dinner. If I'd felt like driving over to Henderson, I would have gone to Aldi, because they have the most awesome pizza in the world. It's fresh, not frozen. Well, I don't know if it's vacuum sealed or whatever, but it's really, really good. It's their brand, and they're like $7. But I tell you what, we have a hard time eating one. The dog likes it because there's always some left. Both dogs like it. Lincoln could eat him some pizza, and Minimus, she can give it a shot too. See, I'm trying not to be so heavy with everything these days. You know, it's just not worth it. Well, it's worth it if it's real, but I don't know if it's real. So that's what the problem is. You don't know what the truth is. And when you don't know what the truth is, it's hard to make sound judgments about what to do with it, you know? Oh well, got any questions or comments? Leave them in the section below. Like and subscribe. Appreciate you do. We'll see you on the